Hey, what is up everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today we're diving right back into the exciting chaos of the Boku no Hero manga. If you thought that after that crazy twist at the end of chapter 306 we were going to get a chapter that is a bit more chill, you were wrong. A new, darker, and more badass Izuku Midoriya just challenged one of the strongest villains in Japan to an epic rematch. And things are only getting more intense as the Hero Society continues to unravel, so let's get into it! If you enjoyed the Boku no Hero videos on this channel and you want to support the channel for free, just leave a like and a comment for the YouTube algorithm, it really helps a lot. And if you are new to AnimeUproar, or maybe you watch our videos but you haven't subscribed yet, make this the video that you subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. The only way to make sure that you're not gonna miss a ton of our videos is to subscribe, hit that bell, and select the option that says all. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. Finally, this video will of course contain Boku no Hero manga spoilers, so please proceed with caution, you have been warned. Now, after that crazy reveal that Deku is leaving the UA, I was thinking that we might not see Deku for a few chapters. I thought that the next few chapters would focus on other characters, and we would then get to see Deku making a big comeback at a crucial moment sometime down the line. But Deku made his epic return in the very next chapter as he first saved a hero student, and then he set up a rematch with one of the strongest villains in Japan. That villain is of course Muscular, who recently broke out of Tartarus prison, and just like Muscular's personality, this chapter had zero chill, and I loved it. We start off inside an urban neighborhood that has been completely devastated by recent villain and criminal activity. Apparently, one of the escapees from Tartarus has been spotted in this district, so the entire area was evacuated. Some citizens are still inside this area, so two Ketsubutsu hero students have been dispatched to locate these missing people and get them to safety. The two hero students in question are characters we've met before during the provisional hero license exams. Their names are Shindo and Tatami. Eventually, the two of them are able to locate the missing civilians who are holed up together inside a building. Shindo and Tatami try to convince these people to follow them to the shelter, but they refuse. These people are not just helpless civilians who are hiding inside a building. They made the conscious decision not to evacuate because after everything that happened, they simply don't trust the heroes to protect them. These citizens feel that they would be more vulnerable inside the shelter, so they decided to band together and make some sort of makeshift vigilante militia. This group has already managed to take down some of the criminals who tried looting their neighborhoods in the past, so they're confident that they can also protect their hometown against the villains. Shindo tries to explain that taking down a few looters is not the same as taking down an escapee from Tartarus, but the citizens refuse to listen. And the fact that the heroes sent a couple of kids to protect these people instead of full-fledged pro heroes only underscores the fact that the heroes are weak and cannot be trusted. I mean, the citizens do have a point here. After everything that happened, all the death and chaos and destruction, it's hard to believe that the heroes know what they're doing. And the fact that they're sending high school students into these dangerous areas only shows that the heroes are getting desperate. These particular citizens are more confident in their own collective abilities than they are in the abilities of a couple of high school students, so they choose to stand their ground, and Shindo and Tatami are forced to leave the building. But then, suddenly, Shindo and Tatami get a phone call that warns them to leave the area immediately. A major villain is heading their way, and clearly this villain is extremely powerful because the two students were not told to fight him, no, they were told to run away as soon as possible. That villain turns out to be a major threat and one of the main escapees from Tartarus, Muscular. Muscular begins wreaking havoc around the neighborhood and annihilating entire buildings with his overpowered muscle augmentation quirk. Muscular is as crazy and destructive as ever, and he is itching for a fight. Shindo bravely decides to stay and fight against Muscular in order to buy some time, while Tatami calls for backup and tries one more time to evacuate those civilians from the building. At first, the civilians refuse again, but then they see what's going on outside and it isn't pretty. Shindo is fighting for his life against the absolute monster that is Muscular. Shindo tries to use his earthquake-inducing vibrate quirk to break through Muscular's many layers of muscle fibers. He even uses an attack that he wouldn't normally use because it can seriously injure or even kill an opponent. Unfortunately for Shindo, Muscular is completely out of his league. Muscular just adds even more layers to his muscle fibers, and this negates the effects of Shindo's attack. Just as it appears that Muscular is about to straight up murder Shindo, someone smashes Muscular from behind and sends him flying. As Muscular gets up and turns, he sees none other than our boy Deku in his full hero costume, mask included, standing over him and holding a seriously injured Shindo in his arms. Deku was able to find Muscular's exact location thanks to Danger Sense, and that is how he was able to make it in time to save Shindo. Muscular seems to recognize Deku's voice, and his face lights up with excitement as he realizes that he now has an opportunity to get revenge on the very person who sent him to prison. And that is how this intense chapter ends. Wow, what a great chapter. I really liked that first half with the citizens who refused to evacuate, because it's showing us to what extent confidence in the heroes has eroded. The hero society is in such chaos that entire districts have been evacuated because of the villain threats. And then you have large groups of people who are banding together to form vigilante militias to protect themselves because they do not trust the heroes. On top of that, Shindo almost died in this chapter. We have to appreciate the gravity of that fact. If Deku didn't show up in that exact moment, Shindo would literally be dead. And yet, it was the heroes who sent him, a high school student, into this dangerous situation. The heroes are obviously short on manpower, and they are absolutely desperate. That is the only explanation for the fact that they sent high school students into an area where a major and incredibly dangerous villain was spotted. In the future, other hero students may not be as lucky as Shindo was in this chapter. And if this chaos continues, and if the heroes keep relying on hero students to fight on the front lines, we may end up seeing some hero students dying. This policy of actually sending high school students into these dangerous situations is such a massive shift as far as the rules of the Hero Society go. And this really drives home just how much things have changed since the beginning of the story. Before the events of the war arc, sending high school students into such dangerous situations would have been unimaginable. But things have changed drastically, and they may never be the same again. Personally, I am a little surprised that Muscular is just running around on his own, since I would have expected All For One to recruit him into his personal villain army. Since Muscular is incredibly strong, and since he was affiliated with the League of Villains before, my guess was that he was going to serve some sort of higher purpose for All For One. But who knows, maybe Muscular's job was to bait Deku and the other big heroes to come out of hiding. And All For One may be watching all of this from behind the scenes and getting ready to strike. Either way though, whether this is Muscular just being his crazy self or whether this is part of a larger plan, I am very excited to see a rematch between Muscular and Deku. This is going to be crazy, especially with Deku's new powers and his new badass persona. Let me know what you guys think. How awesome is Vigilante Deku? Do you think that he will take Muscular out? Or is this going to become a more complicated battle? Like, for example, will other villains and heroes end up joining this fight? Also, do you think that Deku already has access to the quirks of the second and third One-For-All user? And is he about to use them against Muscular? Leave your feedback down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Boku no Hero content right here on the channel, don't forget to leave that like, it really helps a lot. And if you're new to AnimeUproar, or maybe you just haven't subscribed yet, make this the video that you subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. A big thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for making videos like this one possible. Special thank you to Alpha Sigma, disciple of Lord Twigo himself. And I can't forget our The One tier patrons, the ones who stand above all other clans, including Ingrata, A Quiet Respect, Bate Heffa, Liam Thompson, Aljatal, Dr. Courtman, Dustin Scarlet, Emperor Otaku, Spidey Life Tanel, Baked Buddhist, Tungsten Tarkus, and Yuno. Finally, thank you also to our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Steelers, Angel Cruz, Anatoly Kazatsky, Cricket XP, Rathuin Deora, Very Gucci, Alicia Akhter, Bonnie Parks, Hinokami and Water, Joanne Garcia, The Red-Haired Raven, Ted No Ted, iSparky65, Fatboy Games, Deadly Saint, and Soul Ray Slice and Dice. If you enjoy our videos and you feel that they provide value to you, consider supporting us on Patreon. Even a single dollar will give you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these legendary people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys!